Nintendo lost.
Yeah, so Nintendo was shit.
That was disappointing. But where should we start? Should we start Sony? Since that's the first one we watched.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sony killed it for games.
Games, yeah. The games we saw there were very good.
In terms of overall games, I'd give Sony the win.
Yeah.
I'm honest, in actual games.
Yeah.
Yeah, that No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
That looks.
Do you know what?
Like it could be incredible.
Surprisingly, that's the game I'm looking forward to most out of everything I've seen so far.
And need to get PS4 for that. That looks very good.
If it can.
Hopefully they'll do a bit more on the development on the planets.
Yeah.
Of that, because it looked very much not really anything on the planet, and I'd like to know what the end game is, like what you're focusing for. Because at the minute it's just fly around and see things, which is cool as it is. You get bored of that.
Yeah, you would.
What else was Sony? There was something else on there that looked good.
I can't remember what it was called, but there was that one game where.
Oh, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Yeah. The bow and arrow and everything.
That looks good.
That did look quite good. The only thing I did pick up on in that is she's very chatty.
I didn't realise.
She is quite chatty.
Oh, just like noises.
Just things. Yeah, she's like talking as she goes, which is fine.
It gets annoying.
Turn it down a little bit because it
turns out.
It might have just been because it was a trailer. They wanted to get.
Thank you.
Sure.
Do you mind?
It might have been because it was a trailer. There was. They tried to get a lot of that in. But for the full game, they should turn it down a little bit because it might get annoying after a while. What else did we see? We saw Last Guardian. However, yesterday I watched Shadow of the Colossus and Ico making of on my PS3 HD versions of those games. Hello? Hello? I think she butt dialed me.
Butt dial. You've been butt dialed. Who was
Right.
it?
It was my mum.
Yeah, you got butt dialed by your mum.
Well, what's I saying? Oh yeah. And on that disc there is a making of video and they talk about Last Guardian quite a lot.
Oh, right.
It's almost the same videos.
What, that they showed?
It's obviously PS3 graphics version and not as high tech, but it's practically the same stuff that we saw at E3 this year. So
they didn't really show anything new then?
Nothing new, not really, no.
Okay.
But it still looks good.
Yeah. So it's been a few days. It's been 2 days since we watched the Sony one. So it's not as fresh in our minds as the Nintendo car crash. But yeah, No Man's Sky I think is the game from E3 that I'm looking forward to most. That looks very, very good potentially, and Horizon Zero Dawn does look like it could be a very good game.
What did PlayStation call their version? Morpheus.
Oh, the VR thing. I mean, it didn't
to
grab me.
To be fair to you, it. I mean, you can't see 3D. It's part of the problem for you.
Yeah.
I mean, I would hope that they would do a VR headset where 3D is optional. So
that would be ideal, because I'm guessing there's a lot of people that can't see 3D. I mean,
there is quite a lot.
Obviously, not as many people that can.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice to have the option to turn it on and off, because they've got that on 3DS. It's not a hard thing to put in.
I mean, it's probably more immersive with the 3D on, but you must still get sort of in kind of a somewhat immersed.
Yeah.
3D.
Yeah, but to be honest, I think the winner of the VR is Microsoft with the HoloLens.
Yeah, it depends on the application of it, though.
Yeah, but potentially that's very, very good. Not just for gaming, but for everything. Because I mean, myself and Abby do designers, and the idea of making a computer model of something, say for a car for example, and if you want to see what it looks like in the environment, you just walk outside, go project, and put it on the road, essentially, and just see what it looks like full size. That is an incredible step forward for design.
Yeah.
If you could do something like that.
It's very impressive.
Yeah, I don't know what the limitations are. Could you make it feel like you're sitting in a spaceship, say for a flight sim?
Yeah.
could you project a spaceship around you, and your TV is you're looking out your cockpit, almost. So, like we only saw it in the Minecraft map, and you still had to play with the controller. So,
like we said though,
see more of that. It could be very good.
We still don't know what the limitations are. What's to stop them rendering enemies sort of like outside your window? Can
you imagine Slender Man?
Oh no! Don't even go there.
Slender Man with the HoloLens. Wow, that would be something I'd play. That would be incredible.
Yeah, HoloLens is impressive. I just feel like it's not so much a gaming. It's the application of it in gaming is more limited than what you might.
That's kind of the way Microsoft has been going the last few years. Is they, well, as I imagine anyone watching this probably knows, they're a lot more about the entertainment system as a whole rather than just focus on gaming, which is why for me Sony won the games, but I think Microsoft look far more intriguing and get me excited more. My
only fear with the HoloLens thing is, I don't know about anybody else, I kind of got some Milo flashbacks. I don't know if you ever saw that E3.
No, I didn't.
It was when they first unveiled Kinect. Before it was called Kinect, it was called Project Natal at the time.
Oh, I remember that name, yeah.
Yeah, and it was just, I don't even think they had like the look of it down yet. Yeah. They were just showing off, look, you could talk to this character, and there was a whole demo of this little lad called Milo. And basically they had some young girl up on stage talking to him on screen. He was on the screen looking down at her, and she was talking to him, and they were saying, oh, Milo recognises your expressions and he knows when you're angry at him and this, that and the other. First of all, it was creepy. Really creepy. Yeah. Secondly, it was all bollocks. It was totally faked.
Do you mind?
I don't, I'm popular.
It's not, it's more.
That's eBay.
That's eBay.
They worked it out, like little things, like Milo was, remember it was the stage, huge screen, and a little woman here talking to Milo, and he's looking down at her.
Oh, right.
In a living room, that makes no sense, because you'd be standing in front of him, and he's looking at your fucking feet.
Or your crotch.
So
I was up here, son.
they like it slowly came out over time. First of all, you never hear about Milo ever again.
Yeah.
So I think it was all found out to be all bullshit in the end. Like the Kinect they released couldn't do half the stuff they said it could do at E3.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that's not the case.
Hopefully not. I mean, they didn't show a lot of what it could do. Like they didn't, ice it with a load of it can do this, it can do this, it can do this. It showed it with Minecraft. Said it can show you a map.
Yeah.
They didn't paint it in this light of it can do all singing, all dancing. It can do loads of stuff.
Like that kind of game would be the HoloLens would be great for a game like Project Spark or Halo Forge.
Oh yeah.
Just think Halo Forge. Just you could
essentially surround yourself in your map.
Yeah.
And pull it around and move stuff, and can you imagine how precise?
Do you remember Halo 3 Forge trying to get two people to walk together?
Phasing.
It used to be,
and then it glitch and spin.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be very good. I hadn't thought of that. That would be a very good use of it.
It would probably be a more useful tool, not for the gamers, but for the developers. Yeah. Imagine giving that thing to
which goes
a
back
developer.
To the CAD
they could just throw levels together.
It would
I'm not
be
suggesting that's
very
game design to throw levels together, but
this is all from Nintendo. They use graph paper apparently, because we got told more about how they make levels and characters than we did about anything else.
So we've kind of spilled over into Microsoft
and starting to in Nintendo.
But just because I don't want us to forget about anything from PlayStation. What about Final Fantasy VII Remake?
Oh yeah.
I'll probably try it, because I know I'm not the biggest fan of the original, but I think it's because it's so old. I'd like to play a remake version and just see if I prefer that more. Because I would like to play it. It's a hugely popular game.
Yeah, I think I started playing it when I was younger.
I've started a couple of times. Never got past disc 1.
Because it was so long and it was single player, I was just... I got a bit bored.
I found that I probably have more fun playing a game like that with someone else. Like I actually asked Emma if she wouldn't mind playing that game because she knows the Final Fantasy games.
Is it co-op then, or is it?
No.
Talking like
just
we
single
might
player
play
game,
single
but just have someone sat there, just
Yeah,
keep you
yeah.
entertained. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to try it out. What else did they announce? At
I don't know.
PlayStation?
What else about PlayStation?
The Vita, they announced nothing.
No, they did.
I think the only game
There
they
was
announced it was coming out.
Final
something
Fantasy
else.
Worlds or something. Was that on there?
Yeah, was that on the Vita?
There was something on the Vita,
I know there was something on it. I
but
have a feeling it was
that's how
something.
memorable it was.
It was something on another system, there wasn't it? Or something?
I can't quite
There was
remember.
there was nothing for Vita.
No.
Let's be fair. They're wasting their time with that thing. At the minute now, all it is a very expensive Wii U gamepad for the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, that isn't used to the same potential.
Not
as
the same
gamepad.
potential. No, the gamepad is designed. They design the games around the gamepad, which is why it works so well on Wii U.
Yeah.
PS4, they tend not to use it because people probably don't have a Vita.
Yeah. So overall, yeah, Sony No Man's Sky, Horizon Zero Dawn are the games that I'm looking forward to from that.
Yeah.
They're getting
I'd give Last Guardian a good go as well. And, I'm curious about Final Fantasy Remake,
Yeah.
which was did. I was a little disappointed didn't hear anything about backwards compatibility, especially considering Microsoft did talk about it, which I shut up, which I didn't expect, because honestly, I kind of thought Sony were going to nail that one first, because they.
I'd almost hoped for Spyro, but I'm pleased Xbox have.
Oh,
but again,
Uncharted.
as you
That's what we forgot about.
Uncharted, yeah, that was at the end of it.
That
wasn't
looks very good, but it looks very samey as far as it looks like another. It looks like another Uncharted. There wasn't a whole lot new. It just looked.
it? Yeah. What was that pirate one? Was that Xbox? That was Xbox.
Remember. Was that Xbox?
Yeah, that was Xbox.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, a PS4. Surely they can get PS1 and 2 games running on it. They could get them running on PS3.
If it's on PSN as a download, there is no reason for it to not go on PS4, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm wondering whether it might, if those conferences were switched around the other way. It's my movie. If them conferences were switched around the other way, maybe they would have said something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the first time that they've quickly added something into a conference because something Microsoft said. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So
we'll move on.
Moving on to Microsoft. These, for me, as I said, they're the winners for me because they get me excited about other things. Whereas, like not necessarily the games. There's a few good games, but not to the extent of No Man's Sky. We had Halo 5, obviously, which we knew we were always going to see a little bit of. We saw a little bit of gameplay.
They sort of got that out of the way first, didn't they? I think.
Yeah, and they didn't really come back to it. There wasn't much.
I think that was the intention. I think they're trying to shy away from this stigma that they've got.
Yeah.
I'm going to switch my phone to silent. They've got this stigma where they have no exclusive titles. There's a man building outside.
Shut that window.
They've got this stigma. They've got no exclusive games. All they've got is Halo and Fable.
Yeah.
And Fable ain't doing too good.
Well, new one got announced, didn't it? Fable
New one
Legends.
got announced, yeah, but
Looked
I mean,
decent.
after Fable
It
3
looked fun.
and Fable Connect,
Yeah,
it kind of.
that's the thing. I'd be tempted to try it because it's a Fable game, and I know how good they can be from playing the first one. But hey, they did make it look good, at least.
Yeah. Halo 5 is awesome. I saw a little bit of gameplay. Wasn't anything in there I think that really.
I mean, we've had the beta, haven't we?
We're glad to see there's 4-player co-op back.
Yes, that'll be fun.
Buck's back.
Yeah,
that's
Buck
good
from ODST.
because he was cool.
They sort of got announced that the campaign would be 2 different Spartan teams. One would be led by Master Chief, one would be led by
That was just
someone else. I don't know how that's going to work out.
We knew that you would play as Chief and Locke.
Yeah.
But they didn't say anything about teams, so
No. But so that could be
interesting.
curious.
I'm
Sort of
wondering-
ODST style campaign, maybe flicking between the two.
yeah. I think they were going for a Halo 2 kind of thing. Like Halo 4, if you play that game, it's very much like Halo 1, the way the game's structured. So I'm assuming they'll use Halo 2 maybe as a guideline, especially after just having remade it.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Didn't see any multiplayer stuff though.
No,
Thinking about it, which
We
is
didn't.
kind of a bummer.
but maybe it's got to the point where multiplayer. They've had the beta of multiplayer,
Well, I suppose, yeah.
so we've
actually,
seen how that
we
plays.
played
And
multiplayer, didn't we?
they've made the relevant changes and stuff. What else? What was it? Sea of Thieves.
Yes.
pirate one. That looks really fun.
I'm interested in that.
Possible
it looks,
open world MMO.
It looks like just a simple. Because I haven't played. Have you ever played Assassin's Creed 4?
No.
Black Flag.
No.
Just sailing around.
Yeah.
On a ship. The whole time I was just thinking this would be so cool. Multiplayer.
We'll cut that out.
The whole time I played Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, I was just thinking this would be so cool. Multiplayer.
Yeah. See, it was a lot more.
That's what it looks like.
Sort of cartoony style graphics, but yeah,
It's always
basically,
like
Sea of
style.
Thieves looks like a MMO, open world for pirates. Which to me that sounds fun.
That's just fun.
Yeah, and you already know what your end game is with that. That was the problem with a lot of the Microsoft ones we found. In fact, no, a lot of the games in general.
You didn't really know what the game was.
Yeah, it's like what is the point? What's the aim?
What's
of
this
this game? Yeah,
We know what it looks like. It looks good, but
Yeah.
what is
Yeah.
my objective?
For example, No Man's Sky, we had no clue what the point of that is, as we mentioned.
It looks amazing, but we
Yeah,
still don't know.
we don't know what we do.
What we're trying to do? Because he did
Yeah.
say everyone's trying to get to the center. Is that it?
Center of the galaxy, but the thing is, there was loads and loads and loads of galaxies.
Yeah.
So unless you messed up and meant center of the universe, but surely if you're spawning in, you've got thousands of people playing. There's going to be people that are a lot closer, and you can warp around everywhere anyway. So
That's what it looked like. That's why I wasn't quite sure
Yeah.
whether. Yeah.
But if anyone didn't see it, it's basically, if you've ever seen EVE Online, it looks like a much more immersive version of that. Whereas EVE Online is just point and click, and you don't do anything other than click. Whereas this, obviously, is a console game. You fly your ship, you warp off your ship, run around the planets. You know, it's very, very good.
Space combat in that game as well.
Yeah.
I love space combat
Yeah.
sims, Rogue Leader, and them sort of
Depends
games.
how much. I'd like to see like ship upgrades and stuff like that, and ways of learning
That'd be
money
nice.
and weapons. That'd be
Customisable
very
ships.
cool. Anyway, back to Microsoft. Yeah, Fable Legends looks very Fable. It reminded me of Halo 1 actually, more so. The trailer reminded me more of Fable 1. I said Halo 1, didn't I?
Halo 1, yeah.
Fable 1, and then yeah, trailer reminded me of Fable 1, which is quite cool because that would be very good if it went back to how that was. Tomb Raider.
I'm excited for Tomb Raider.
Yeah, actually that would be cross-platform, multi-platform.
It will eventually, I think. I think they've only got time exclusively
Yeah.
on that. I
Yeah.
hope so anyway.
What?
Because
Looked good though.
it does look really good.
Yeah.
The last one, I really liked the reboot.
Yeah.
Being a reboot, I was a bit apprehensive, but it's really good.
Yeah.
This one was it?
Alright.
It looks like
It's good.
another Tomb Raider. I don't really know
Yeah,
what more to
and
say.
they're good games, so
Yeah, they are good.
that would be good. What was the game that was cross? You could play it with people on PC and Xbox.
There was a couple, wasn't there? I think.
Because that was something very good for Microsoft, because people have been calling for cross-platform
Yeah.
for years and years now, and this, obviously, Microsoft are the only ones who can do it because they've got the Windows OS and the Xbox, which is a big thing for them, and I think that's going to do them a lot of good by starting that off. I don't think we'll ever see Sony Microsoft crossover, but no, that's probably as far as it can go in that respect, which I think is a very big step. That's very good move by them, I think. Same with backwards compatibility, as we mentioned before.
Yep, I'm looking forward to that.
But,
Although-
as you said, why is that an announcement? It should be given.
It should be an industry standard there, really.
Yeah.
The only worrying thing about the 360 thing I've noticed is apparently the way it works is it reads your disc. I think it just installs the game.
Oh, not more installs.
Which is if that's the case, it might be a problem. But
Yeah. I mean, it's better than none.
Do you know what-
if that's the only way they can do it, that's the only way they can do it.
do you know what? Do you know what though? We didn't see any announcement of a new Xbox One, which is supposed to have been leaked with twice the size hard drive.
Yeah.
If that would make sense. If they're trying to add 360
Yes.
Live, and that's the only way
Yeah,
they
it
could
would.
do it, that would make
Yeah.
sense.
In regards to the announcement, though, of the new Xbox Slimline controller,
yeah,
that looks really good.
it does look
I'm-
like a nice controller.
I'm actually fairly excited to get one when they come out, and we'll try and do a review of one. For anyone who didn't see it, basically you can swap around your D-pad and your thumbsticks and add on what you want. So you could almost have 3 thumbsticks instead of a D-pad. And
Yeah.
there was like a new style D-pad.
There
as well,
was. It
wasn't
was
there?
kind of. It looks
Clickers.
interesting. It looks like it's like a convex. Is that the
Yeah.
concave? Which one is it? Concave.
It depends which way you look at it.
Yeah. It looked interesting. Because the one my one problem with Xbox controllers is they're shite D-pads. So I'm hoping
Yeah.
that they've nailed it this time. Because the only good D-pads you get these days are on Nintendo.
Yeah.
Because they've actually got the copyright of that cross.
Oh right.
So
They've also got not Nintendo. These controllers have 2 extra sort of flappy paddles on the
yeah.
bottom,
they're
which is
removable
obviously
as well.
very good for driving games because it's like flappy paddle gearbox.
Yeah.
But
You can exchange the sticks as well, so I bet you can
Yeah.
get longer sticks for FPSs.
yeah.
To be honest, the video with showing the controls about a minute long,
Yeah.
and it was really fast. I'd like to watch it again slowed
Yeah.
down so I can catch where everything is.
See, I was talking about it with Abby because she pointed out like a lot of games have presets for their controls. What I'd really like is if they would bring into more games. Now that everything's swapping about, if you could map your own button layouts.
Yeah.
Now, as she said, there's enough button layouts on most to cover everything. But what I find is there's always one button that I want
That
somewhere
isn't
else,
right,
no matter
yeah.
what.
That's
Which
it.
I think could be really good if it just had, like, have your own presets, but then have an option where it's just like map your own, and it's just got a list of them all, and you just scroll through, beep beep beep,
Yeah.
and that I think would
You could bump and jump for every game.
exactly. It's so weird going from Titanfall to Halo. Yeah, I think that would be a good way to take it, and that suggests to me that they might be looking more at how you control games to make it more immersive.
We didn't see any Kinect at all, did we?
We didn't, which personally I was really pleased about.
That's a good move. I'm not saying there is no future for Kinect. I'm saying
There's a future for a microphone in it.
I'm saying I'm going to be to see any full, complete Kinect games because the only way I can see Kinect really working is with the HoloLens, because then you're not just gesturing at TV like a madman. You've actually got something in front of you.
That's the point. When he went project, that was the HoloLens reading it, wasn't it?
I think
It
was
wasn't
the HoloLens.
the Kinect.
But I would imagine
they're moving on.
they use the Kinect maybe to do your gestures with it. I don't know.
No, I think it's if you look at it and it sees, because you're always looking. I think if your hand's in the way, because that's the point of it. You're interacting, aren't you?
Yeah.
You don't know where you're going to project, so Kinect might not be looking at you.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of hoping that they moved on to focusing on the HoloLens in terms of reading people's bodies and stuff,
Kinect
as opposed to Kinect.
It's a few years too late. To do VR, the direction you need to take is the HoloLens and the Oculus Rift. They're them sort of, making the world around instead of just a screen with a thing in front of it.
Yeah.
That was the eye toy.
Yeah, you essentially get photoshopped into a
It was fine for PS2 when it was an eye toy, but we've moved on now from that.
Yeah, we're on friggin' 2 generations after
Yeah.
that. So.
Other one on the Microsoft one I'm really excited about, the Rare Collection.
Oh yes, Banjo-Kazooie.
Banjo-Kazooie,
Even though that's on
Conker's Bad Fur Day. If they censor that game, I'll be really pissed.
They will.
They better not, because that's why everyone kicked off, because they remade Conker for the old Xbox, the original one, and everyone hated it, because despite having better graphics and everything, they censored half of the stuff, and half the stuff they censor isn't really that bad.
Yeah,
It's just
it's from a lot of games, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm hoping they literally just HD Conker the N64 version, like they did with Banjo-Kazooie. I don't know why they didn't do that with Conker. There's about 30 games on that.
It was 30. I think it was 30 games because it's 30 years.
Yeah, I
It
can't
cost
even think of 30
$15
rare games
as well.
That's really good. I can't even think of 30 rare games. The only ones I know are like Perfect Dark Zero.
Well, we'll see, because we'll definitely be getting that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, there will be a Banjo-Kazooie playlist. Maybe even Race. We'll see.
Oh, I can't race you at Banjo-Kazooie.
Mate, I'm shit at it.
So am I.
So we have a shit race. Anyway, so that's Microsoft,
is that
pretty much.
everything to recover?
I think so.
Microsoft?
Well, I can remember, so we'll come back to it.
Yeah.
Nintendo.
The Muppets were cool.
Yeah. I don't know what they're playing at. They're re-releases of Mario and Star Fox Zero looks fun.
Yeah, I saw my Star
It looks
Fox.
interesting.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's the one game I wanted to see the most, but it wasn't the only game. It's the one game I wanted to see most, but there were other games I would have liked to see.
There were a few. But they just
The
seem to.
half of what we saw at E3 from Nintendo was stuff we already know about.
Pretty much all of it was, mate.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah.
We saw Yoshi's Woolly World for a good 10 minutes, which that was announced ages ago. I can't remember how long ago it was, but that game's coming out soon.
Yeah.
I mean, Batman Arkham Knight comes out in a week, not even that.
Oh, we saw some of that in Microsoft, didn't we?
We saw some of that,
Yeah.
but it was a trailer.
Yeah, it was just reminding you of like, this is
over in
out,
about 2
and
minutes.
it's very good. Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't need that much time to have Yoshi's Woolly World, or
Willy-
Woolly World, or freaking Mario Maker. Again,
yeah, they
didn't
seem
I-
to spend Nintendo.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that was announced last E3.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't need to spend that long on it. We know what it is. It's been in about 3 Nintendo Directs since then.
Yeah, they've spent longer telling you about how the people behind the games came up with the ideas for it.
That's interesting stuff, but not for E3.
Yeah, that's not E3. That's bonus material on a disc.
That's it. That's a
There
documentary.
was Zelda
yeah,
Zelda Totem Pole.
Triforce Heroes or something like that.
Zelda Totem Pole Heroes. Basically, up to three player Zelda game.
Legend of Zelda 3 Swords Adventures.
Yeah.
It looks
Link with your
fun.
DS and play people.
It looks fun. It's basically a multiplayer
Yeah.
link between worlds.
But people wanted to know about Zelda on the Wii U.
Wii U, which wasn't there. That was like
Yeah.
probably the one. I mean, I wanted to see Star Fox more than anything else, but I'm almost certain the majority of people watching that E3 were waiting to see Zelda Wii U, and they didn't get it.
No.
So
And other than that, there was Animal Crossing.
yeah, there was
Somewhere
another
there.
thing.
Oh, there was the Mario and Luigi Paper Jam, which is like a mashup of Mario 3D and Mario Paper.
Those are quite popular series. I'm imagining that'll be.
Yeah, it'll be quite big, but it won't. it's
Personally,
nothing-
I've only played Paper Mario 1, so but
Yeah,
they're quite popular. I've been told the writing, they're actually quite well written, those games.
yeah.
So
And yeah, that was.
There was
Metroid Prime.
No.
Metroid Prime
Metroid Prime
looks like
Galactic
possibly it could be the worst
Federation
game ever.
Force. They took Metroid Prime Hunters, which is probably the least. Next to Metroid Pinball, probably the least favourite Metroid game ever, and
Yeah,
turned it into a 3DS game and made it multiplayer.
It looks dreadful.
And just sucked all the Metroid out of
Like
it.
the graphics, I swear, could be better on a 3DS than it was.
Maybe it's very early development,
But
but
the gameplay looks dreadful, and it just looks like a very bad game. You know what it looked a bit like? Some of those games, Halo Action Sack. I think Karrot looked on change.org hours after it was announced. There was like 12,000 signatures of Nintendo fans trying to get them to stop developing it because that looks awful.
Because everyone, I do what I think the biggest problem with the Nintendo conference this year is everyone's really interested to see what Nintendo had because first of all they
weren't there last year.
they weren't even
there this year in the end.
No, because they got Smash out of the way. Do you know what, this is what I don't get. They did Smash first before E3, got it all out of the way. So everyone was thinking they've got to have some good stuff to show us if they're that brave to not talk about Smash at all.
Yeah.
Because that game's a year old already. Not a year old, but it's been out a while. They didn't have to.
No.
And they could have just still talked about this game that's been out for 6 months and could have still won, depending on some of the things that they could say for Smash.
Yeah.
And they've shot themselves in the foot because then they had nothing left over.
Yeah, they didn't do anything. It was. They had Zelda Hyrule Warriors that was announced last week.
Yeah, that
they made
was
a
already
feature
announced.
of.
Again, a game that's already out.
Yeah.
It's a good game, but it's already out.
Yeah. Skylanders, more characters, something like that. Which.
Yeah, they're sort of doing like a Nintendo Skylanders sort of thing.
Yeah.
Which I thought was what Amiibo were, but
yeah.
I'm
else
not
from them?
that
I don't think there was anything else. We may be
Mario
missing.
Tennis.
Oh, Mario Tennis, yeah. Which,
Yay!
you know, the
I'm
Mario
not
that play
knocking the
tennis.
games, but I mean, E3 material though? I don't think
Announcement E3 material as well. This is their keynote sort of speech or whatever, and they just, well, they disappointed,
I mean,
to be honest.
From the article I read, like, immediately after we watched it, about how Nintendo were reacting to everyone else's reactions, which is pretty much, the fuck was that?
Yeah.
That Reggie, who was supposed to get the best guy to give these kind of speeches because everyone loves him.
Yeah.
He's like, the thing is, the way Nintendo usually runs at E3 is it's a slow burner.
Yeah.
Their conferences might not be amazing, but as the days go on and they do the whole treehouse event thing that's like 8 hours long,
Yeah.
that's when they start saying, oh, then you got this and you got this and you got this.
Yeah, right.
But I don't want to sit through 8 hours of Nintendo
No,
treehouse.
We'll have a look and we'll like post the Twitters and stuff if anything gets announced.
Yeah,
But I don't know. I don't know much hope. While I remember that game that was announced that's run through Kickstarter, Shimu 3 or something like that.
Oh, Shenmue 3, yeah. It's already...
Within 3 hours of its announcement at E3, raised $1 million on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Which is the fastest Kickstarter.
I was going to say that's unprecedented. People really want Shenmue.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 5. Forgot about
Oh
that.
yeah. It's just Street Fighter. It's another fighter, really.
It's another Street
Another
Fighter.
button basher.
They're hugely popular games, but they're not
That was Xbox that announced that, I
Xbox.
believe. I don't think it's an exclusive.
I'm terrible at those kind of fighting games.
I'm awful.
I've got Street Fighter 2 and 4.
Yeah.
They're alright. I only play those when I'm waiting for something
Yeah.
to install or something like
Yeah.
that. And I can't be able to change discs.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So right there, those are those three. Then we had Square Enix. We had Dishonored 2, Kingdom Hearts 3.
which I'm looking forward
Yeah, a
to.
lot of people are looking forward
I've
to
just
that.
watched some of the gameplay stuff in there. It looks very flashy. And we didn't watch it in a great resolution, but I can see there's a Tangled world. Tangled's a good movie, I think. It's not a bad movie. Square Enix didn't talk about FF, did they?
Not particularly. No, it was. Well, mind you, we didn't watch the.
We didn't
thing,
actually
We just
watch
looked
the,
at what was announced from them because there's ones that obviously Final Fantasy that was announced through Sony.
Yeah.
So they don't really have a chance.
Well, there's Final Fantasy.
Was Dishonored 2 Bethesda or was that Square Enix?
Sounds like Bethesda.
Yeah. I think I got that one wrong.
Final Fantasy 15, when I was supposed to be,
I didn't
on
read
the
anything.
way. but
But that's already been announced, though, hasn't it?
it's already been announced, so it might just be too early to say anything about
We
that.
might see more, maybe later in the week, or
Yeah.
you don't know.
Did they do anything Tomb Raider? Because I know they have a hand in Tomb Raider.
I believe I read that they showed a cinematic of Tomb Raider. They didn't show gameplay from what I've read. Yeah, because we've already seen a bit of gameplay.
Yeah.
From the Xbox stage, I think. Yeah, there wasn't really a lot else from Square Enix. There was various games here, there, and everywhere. Some we hadn't heard of. EA look pretty good.
Actually, had some good stuff from
Like,
EA.
You know, all their sports games aside, because they're just the same thing every year. Battlefront looks good. What's that? Mass Effect.
Mass Effect 4, it looked pretty good.
Yeah. The Old Republic expansion.
Yeah, that's the thing with that is everyone wanted BioWare to make Knights of the Old Republic 3 because the first two were so well loved,
Yeah.
and they didn't make a third one. They made Old Republic, which is those two games, the first two games, world MMO, and people weren't such a big fan. They wanted Knights. So basically, this expansion, I think, is technically Knights of the Old Republic 3,
Right.
but running on the Old Republic MMO, which I never ended up
Could be
playing
interesting then.
because I'm not a big fan of MMOs.
Yeah.
I mean, I played Star Wars Galaxies, which is the first.
I think MMOs you have to find the right one
Yeah, I mean,
to be able to.
I've been told Galaxies before it was
I've heard that it was
updated,
very, very
that
good
it was
before.
amazing, and tried to get it. I had a load of problems registering my copy.
Yeah.
When I finally got a working copy, it had already been sort of updated.
Ruined.
According to everyone who's played the old version, they say it's crap now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's even shut down now. I don't think it even runs anymore.
It wouldn't surprise me from what I've heard.
Yeah, so everyone was sort of thinking, oh, Old Republic might be like the old Galaxies, and it wasn't. Apparently,
Yeah.
It was more.
They were,
Everyone's a Jedi.
They announced wanting to do a lot of stuff with mobiles. Like there was some Star Wars mobile stuff, and there was some cool like sports fantasy draft stuff that I think was on a mobile version, which was fairly. If I took that right, then that's fairly interesting. That because there's a big market of people that do fantasy drafts online and stuff. So if they can do that through the games, that could be fairly interesting. That'd be a big market for them.
Mirror's Edge.
Mirror's Edge 2 as well.
Mirror's Edge, yeah. I've played the first one actually just this year. I quite like it, but it's kind of old, so that it's not like today where free running in today's games is dead easy because it's almost all done for you. Like you play Titanfall, it's seamless.
Yeah.
The free running, and then you go.
Like you've said, the Mirror's Edge 1 should be like Titanfall.
Yeah, you go back and play Mirror's Edge 1, which was like pioneering first person free running, and it's awkward, really awkward.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping the new one's sort of a bit more loose, and it sounds like it is because they're doing open world.
Yeah,
no screens.
Open world, go wherever you want, no levels.
Yeah,
no levels, no maps, just open world.
The only danger of that though is you can end up having sort of, you don't want it to be too bland if there's no levels.
Yeah,
because there's no way they could possibly think of every route you might want to take.
They'll just make everything interactable.
Yeah.
Like, I mention it all the time at GTA. I think it'll be that style. Everything you can do there. You can't go through every door, but every building you can get on, and every. So, I think that'll be very good.
Yeah. That should be good.
Yeah. So should we wrap it up? We've gone on a bit.
What else was there? Was Bethesda, wasn't there?
Bethesda, Dishonored 2.
I've only just started playing the first one, so I can't really comment. Doom.
Oh yeah, Doom.
I
I've
haven't
got a
played 2 and
gameplay
3.
trailer. It was for Doom because it's a remake of the first one.
Oh, I didn't know it was that. Okay.
I believe
because I haven't watched it.
Don't quote me.
Admittedly.
Pretty sure.
I thought it was Doom 4 because I've played the original Doom 1.
Yeah.
I've got it on.
Well, that was a big kick-off for gaming, wasn't it?
Yeah, that and Wolfenstein were like the first FPS games, pretty much. So, yeah, if there's an FPS and worthy of a remake. And what was the other one? Oh, what was the other one? Fucking Fallout 4.
Oh, Fallout 4, yeah, with their
Pit-Boy
thing, which I've seen people say that they weren't sure about it, but now they've seen that, they're going to buy it. He will because it's an extra thing.
Disc collector. I'm gonna watch the full half-hour thing on Fallout 4 now because I wasn't that interested because of Fallout 3. But it's actually looking good from what I'm hearing a lot of people saying on Facebook. A lot of people have already pre-ordered their Pit-Boys.
So final thoughts. Game-wise, it's a mix between Sony and Microsoft. I think Sony just nabbed it.
Just about.
But again, there does look some very good stuff from Microsoft in games like Sea of Thieves, Halo 5.
Really looking forward to that.
Intrigued more by the
tech.
Microsoft tech and how that's going to go. It could be very cool. And Nintendo need to pull their thumbs out.
What were you doing, Nintendo?
What were they thinking?
What?
Well, they haven't turned up again. Really, they came. It was a digital event again, a pre-recorded. No one turned up, and I think it's just. I've got
a feeling they're not going to turn up again until they do a new console.
Yeah, and when they do a new console, it needs to be something special. I think to try and catch up, because when the Wii U was released, bear in mind the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox were already out. And they both outsold the Wii U on the Wii U's opening weekend, and these are the consoles already out. So
I mean
that Nintendo need to bring it.
What we saw at Nintendo's E3, with the exception of Metroid Prime, they weren't bad games, but they're not E3 material.
No.
They were stuff we already knew about. We wanted to see some new stuff.
Yeah,
because Nintendo make great games. Splatoon came out very recently, and it's insanely popular at the minute. Splatoon. When that was announced last year, I was like, I'm not sure about this. But everyone said that.
Yeah.
And it's come out and everyone's like, oh, it's so cool.
Yeah.
It's like Mario Sunshine FPS.
Yeah. So, yeah, well done EA as well. Cause
Yeah, you got good games. Just please don't charge us for using using a pause button.
EA Access looks a bit shit.
I downloaded that. Yeah, it's you just buy the game.
Yeah, you have to download each game, and then so by the time you've finished downloading and installing it, that's a day of it gone, and then you've got like a week, the rest of the week to play it, and then it's nice.
It's Netflix for games, but
yeah,
at the end of the day, that will only Netflix for games will only work when you have all the developers prepared to put their content on there. You need a Steam Netflix for games, not an EA only, because they don't have enough games to support that.
Okay, right.
Oh,
hope you enjoyed our
hope you had a good E3
commentary. Yeah, and you enjoyed E3. It's still going, I think. Got a few more days.
There's PC still to do, isn't there? I think.
Yeah.
But we're not really into the PC scene, so.
Yeah. So yeah, cool. Yeah, cheeky little like and subscribe if you wouldn't mind. And yeah, we'll see you in a bit.
See you next E3 2016, but we'll see you before then. What was the next thing we're doing?
We'll have a review coming up shortly of a little app game, and hopefully be uploading some Mario Party.
Doing some Mario Party, and we're doing some Batman soon.
Oh, Batman on release, yeah.
Batman's coming out very, very soon. I've already pre-ordered a copy.
Yeah. Alright. See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Batman.